If you think Shedeur Sanders is ready to start in the NFL, you're wrong, but not for the reasons you think. So let's break down what went wrong in his NFL debut and make clear why people just need to slow down. All right, in this first play, you're going to see miscommunication from this offensive line and also the receiver up here not looking. I want you to watch, right? Running back misses, left tackle misses, and there's a sack fumble on Shedeur Sanders. This is what we like to call a lot of people at the line of scrimmage. And this entire game and this entire video, I want you to pay attention to how many threats that Zach Orr, the defensive coordinator, has for the Baltimore Ravens. As soon as Shedeur Sanders went in, he came through this double A gap mug package. You're going to see 14 Kyle Hamilton, and you're going to see 0. When I talk double A gap mug, it is mugging up linebackers or safeties in both A gaps. Defensive coordinator Zach Orr decided to bring nickel pressure and right A gap pressure. When they do that, he's going to drop Roquan Smith out, and this left tackle never actually gets out to the nickel. So while this isn't Shedeur's fault at all in terms of the protection, it is Shedeur's fault a little bit when you try to hit this slant route outside and nobody's looking. The receiver's running a slant. It's pretty simple. You have to look. It's where your hot is. The other thing I did not like in this play is there are so many receivers. All 3 of these receivers are all in a line. How are you supposed to play quarterback like that when you're not sure where your guys go? So in this situation, Shedeur Sanders had 0 help, but you have to throw the football away. And now in the second play, you're going to see Shedeur Sanders throw an interception. Thought he should have checked it down to the flat. Zach Orr, the defensive coordinator for the Ravens, has 8 guys in the box. So you just have no idea where any pressure's coming from as a quarterback. This time, you're going to see a pick stunt. 14. Kyle Hamilton is going to pick the left guard. Kyle Van Noy is going to come in right down the middle. When you have pressure coming through the A-gap, no matter who it is, you just take the wide open tight end in the flat. It would have been much easier for that decision to be made. In this next play, you're going to see the pick stunt again that we saw in the last play between Kyle Hamilton and Kyle Van Noy, and it leads to an intentional grounding by Shedeur Sanders. All right, once again, I want you to pay attention to this defensive line. This time, the pick stunt comes from a bear front. What's a bear front, Chase? Well, a bear front is every defensive lineman, they have 5, is covering every offensive lineman. 5. So you have 5 defensive linemen, 5 offensive linemen. Then I want you to watch the guy in the middle who's playing like a defense player of the year. He's going to come scot-free. He's going to pick this right guard, and then you're going to see Kyle Van Noy, who's here, come right down the middle. The offensive line should not have this hard of a problem picking up a simple stunt where they're only bringing 5 guys. This guy ends up dropping out. However, because of some leakage and because of this running back who's going to step up right in the A-gap and get mixed up, you're going to see Shedeur Sanders try to scramble to the right. Doesn't throw the football far enough away. It doesn't get past the line of scrimmage. And it's a simple route concept. It's just a comeback. It's a seam route. It's another seam route. And it's another comeback. If you're Shedeur and you have a clear pocket, it's pretty simple. You're reading the seam route to the comeback route. However, with no protection, hard to do it. He made the wrong decision. And finally, the decision-making was not on par. He had a guy wide open and he chose to take the deep shot. Let me explain. He takes a shot to the end zone. It's a go ball. I don't mind that at all. They end up pressuring this nickel. And finally, the Cleveland Browns offensive line, they full slide, which means everyone's going to the left. They get everyone blocked. As soon as this happens, though, I want you to watch Jerry Jeudy in the slot. He's going to go up. He's going to take a left turn. He's going to be wide open with a chance to run. Here's the decision-making process if you're Shedeur Sanders. You're trying to make the right decision, giving the right circumstance. It's only 3rd down. It's not 4th down. In fact, he throws a very pretty ball. But when he looks at the film, he's going to see this out route standing wide open. After this 3-step drop, he has a clean pocket. That's where he needs to go with the football. Still convinced Shedeur Sanders is ready to be an NFL starter? Let me know what you think in the comments. And hit me up with any other bad takes you've seen on the timeline. See you guys next time.